Hello guys, welcome again to my channel. Today I'm going to do a kind of different video and I'm going to talk about a review on the Feel Better Live More podcast with Rong and Chachi. These are podcasts I've been listening to for more than 1 year. I've been listening to more than 200 plus hours. Of these podcasts, I've listened to almost every single podcast, almost every single episode of podcast and fully. And yeah, I started like 1 year ago, I should be more probably. And I listened it when I was when I woke up or when I was driving by the car or when I was having breakfast. I used to listen. Well, I still listen to this podcast. I listen to more podcasts right now, but among them, I still listen to that one. And it's of Roman Chachi. He's a doctor, medical doctor and TV presenter, and he always talk about health issues and how to improve the health of the patients and of people in general. So the podcast consists of he's always the host and he talks to someone. It's a new person that comes over and they have a chat with 1 hour and a half or 2 hours or 1 hour. It really depends. And yeah, I feel like I've listened to more than 100 episodes of his podcast. I think like I've got some notes about the most useful stuff I've been learning. So it's light exposure, like some healthy stuff that you can do in order to improve your life, like expose yourself to light during the day. Avoid screen lights before going to bed. Honestly, I don't apply that every day, but even so, I think it's kind of useful. And indeed, when I don't do that, then I've got like extreme eye ache the next morning. So then also to recommend to use blue light filter glasses in order to avoid that. Because the thing is that if you're exposed to light really late at night, then it's going to be hard to sleep. So that's the way to avoid that. Also, the importance of moving, because I thought that before it was like, okay, like going to the gym once a day is okay. But the thing is like it seems healthier to like do exercise throughout the day, not just in one hour during the day. Because the thing is like the stress accumulates in your body, and the sooner you can release that the stress is going to be better. Wim Hof. Do you know who's Wim Hof? He's like he's a person who is an expert on swimming on cold water, staying on ice, that kind of stuff. And they talk about that it's really good for the body to shower with cool water. I don't do that as well. It's something that I tried, but I got sick doing that. So it's something that should be progressive. Okay, try not to not to eat all the times, because it seems that it makes inflammations in your body. So like you eat 10 times a day, you are going to make your body to inflammation all the time. So I recommend not to eat so many times, like eat 3-4 times, and fasting as well is important. Another thing that they talk a lot about is meditation before waking up, like before getting out of bed and before sleeping. I stay 20 minutes listening to this podcast, which is quite relaxing. And yeah, it's quite relaxing, this podcast, so I listen to it for 20 minutes and I kind of relax and switch off. And then I sleep better. And because I remember that before, I maybe took 2 hours to sleep. I was laying around in bed, moving around, and I was not able to sleep. And now sometimes it happens like that, but overall I think it's much easier for me to sleep faster. So I recommend you to that. Yeah, importance of meeting people and feeling integrated in a community. They talk about there are massive consequences about it, and they talk about that it has a higher impact to feel integrated in a community rather than to quit smoking. Like the rate of dying is lower. So it's really important to have good social relationships. I know this is hard in pandemic, and indeed I'm kind of struggling because I've been, yeah, because everyone is more distant and that kind of stuff, and it's harder to do social activities. But try to meet people seems to be really healthy for not only for the body, but for the psychology of the mind. Okay, and also like an idea of the past of the child shapes the adult life. So try to bear in mind that your past is your past. Try to avoid thinking that because what happened in your childhood is going to happen later on in your life. Those are one of the things that I found really useful, because obviously like sometimes we have traumas or bad experiences from when we are children, so it's really important to try to gain a more general perspective, more broadened perspective about what was going on, and try to understand that maybe this is not, I mean, don't make the truth about what happened to you when you were a child. Maybe you internalized some stuff and thought it was normal, but you need to unwire that and to make in your mind that was not normal, and to try to move on from that kind of situation. For example, people that were bullied in school, like they re-internalize that it was the norm to be bullied, but actually it's not, and they really need to bear in mind that they need to to switch and to think that was not anymore normal, and try to overcome those traumas from childhood, which is obviously not easy. And it seems that the impact in suicide and drug addiction is really high when people have traumas from childhood. It increases to a really high degree the possibilities of having drug addiction, committing suicide, that kind of stuff. Apart from that, I really like Rangan Chatti because he's a really sensitive person. He really has a lot of charisma. He has a high degree of emotional intelligence, which I really find useful. And yeah, he's really compassionate, the way he talks, the way he explains things. He's kind of conscious that people struggle, and I feel like he really has an underlying goal to reach people and to change the life of people who are suffering unnecessarily. When it comes to English, his English is really clear. I recommend you want to get a more British accent to listen to him, because his English is extremely clear. And yeah, I've been listening to 200 plus hours of him, so yeah, it's really easy to understand if your level of English is not really high. And then it's good, I feel like it's really good to listen to his podcast before waking up, or before getting out, or after when you're already in the bed before sleeping, because it's really relaxing. It's not about like pushing you to do stuff, it's more about like, hey, chill, you need to be more compassionate, meeting more people, meeting more times people, that kind of stuff. So it's not like about, oh, you need to do this. No, it's not about that. So I found that really helpful, to be honest. Then when I say that it's easy to understand, yeah. And overall, I recommend you to start to listen to podcasts, because you can do this while you're driving or while you are having breakfast. And I think you can learn and get a lot of wisdom and knowledge from other people while listening to podcasts, while you are doing other stuff like I don't know, having breakfast, going to school, to uni, to work. And apart from that, it's a really good way to keep practicing the language. I mean, of course, you need kind of a threshold of level in that language, because at the beginning you are not going to be very comfortable with the language. And yeah, I really recommend you to, if you want to start to delve into this world of podcast, to start with this podcast, which is a long conversation format. They release an episode always on Wednesday, which is like 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours long. And on Friday, he started to release a short, really short clip, about 8 minutes long. Yeah, I don't know. I really encourage you to listen to the podcast. Yeah. I don't know. You listen to it, like it, comment on me, comment with me. If you want to comment with me some stuff about the podcast, feel free to do that. And I hope you enjoyed this video, which this time was kind of different. But I think it's something I've been listening to, and I feel like I could do a review, and I could be valuable for a lot of people. So yeah, guys, hope that you enjoyed this video, and see you.